Hi everybody, this is English with Amaya, and today I'm going to talk about the differences between the phrase I used to do something, and I am used to doing something, or I got used to doing something. So here in the box, you can see this last section. We haven't discussed it in class, but I'm pretty sure that some of you might be interested in this topic. So usually when we say, I used to go to school every day, we mean раньше я ходила в школу каждый день. So we're talking about past habits. And in this case, used to, so if we go to the dictionary and we find this phrase used to, like, I used to enjoy gardening, or they always used to ring me. I didn't used to like him. Customers didn't used to want to shop from home, etc. For example, in the dictionary, you can see that they perceive it as a modal verb. So it's a verb that doesn't have a specific meaning, but it creates a kind of attitude to some experience. It creates some attitude to the reality. And in the case with the phrase used to, we create our attitude about our past reality, about our past experience that happened regularly. And by saying, I used to do something in the past, we mean that it was our past habit. We did it regularly. So this action repeated many, many times. It was our habit. And the pronunciation of this phrase is used to, used to. We don't also forget that there is another word, which is an adjective when something is owned by somebody else before you, like something that is secondhand. Yes, it's a used phone, or it's a used pair of sneakers. And the pronunciation is used because this adjective is derived from the verb to use, использовать. So we do not confuse these two words, all right? But there is one more phrase, which is a different part of speech. So let me show it to you right now. This is the phrase which looks the same as the previous one, and the pronunciation is absolutely the same, but the part of speech is already different. It is an adjective, used to, and it is never used before nouns, okay? So it means that you cannot insert, it's impossible to insert here a noun like used car to, all right? This phrase cannot be broken, all right? So what is the meaning of this phrase? What is the meaning of this adjective if we use it like this? So it means to be familiar with something because you have often experienced it before, so it's no longer seems difficult or strange. And what is important that if you use it as an adjective, we have to add the verb to be in front of it. Have a look at these examples. I'm tired, I'm not used to these late nights. So instead of just simply saying, I used to, we add the verb to be and it becomes I am. I'm what? So we need to use an adjective, right? Я какая, да? Я какой. For example, я красивый. I am beautiful. So the same happens with this adjective, used to, which means familiar. That's why we always need to insert the be verb in front of this phrase. I'm used to, he's used to, they're used to, etc. Let me go back to the initial page. So here it's written, Let me change the color. So to be used to and get used to. So in both these phrases, used to, here and here, it's an adjective, all right? So previously, we used it as a verb or a modal verb, yes, as we could see from the dictionary. But here it's an adjective. So don't confuse used to and didn't used to with to be used to. Or another option is to use another verb in front of it, to get used to. Get is a verb that usually characterizes some changes or a process of transformation. Used to, doing something is written here. So there is an option right after this phrase, right after this adjective, I'm used to, or he got used to, we can use the gerund form. So this is the verb with ing ending, or it could be a noun. It could be a noun instead. Have a look at these examples. If you say, I am used to getting up early every day, it means I am accustomed to it. So in other words, I am comfortable. It is familiar to me. There is no shock for me to do this activity, right? To get up early every day, because I'm comfortable. This is my kind of habit. I always do it, yeah? So it's not a problem for me. And so if we would like to find a good Russian equivalent of this adjective, it will be привыкший. So the translation of the sentence could be Я привык вставать рано каждый день. Я привык. So in Russian, we use the past form of the verb. Я как бы что уже сделал, я привык. But in English, it is present. I am used to. То есть они описывают состояние на данный момент. Я есть какой? Привыкший. Я есть привыкший к тому, чтобы просыпаться рано каждый день. Let's take another version of using this adjective with the verb to get. As I said, get usually symbolizes some transformation, some changes. Lola cannot get used to living in the UK. So it means she cannot get accustomed to it. She cannot get comfortable with it. It's a problem for her. So a good Russian translation could be, again, привыкнуть or свыкнуться. What else? So the translation could be Lola не может привыкнуть к жизни в Соединенном Королевстве. Она не может привыкнуть. So it means that she's still in the process, right? She's trying to get comfortable. She's trying to get accustomed to it, but still it's a problem for her, okay? She is in the process. That's why she's not yet comfortable with that. So get means that a person is in the process of getting comfortable to a certain state, okay, or to a certain action. Let me give you more examples. So I have a little screenshot from the internet with just a couple of examples. All right. So this adjective used to can be used with nouns and gerunds, as I've told you previously. And here you can read the Russian explanation. And just because this is an adjective, and this is the verb, this verb can be used in different tenses. So it means that we can use it in the present tenses, in the past tenses, and in future tenses. So we can change the form of the verb depending on the context. Let's have a look at some examples. I'm used to working on Saturday, don't worry. I am, so it means that I describe my present state. Я привык работать, да? Я есть какой привыкший. Or let's turn it into the past. He told me he was used to the cold weather. Он сказал, что он привык к холодной погоде. Well, this is like the reported speech. That's why we have to use past tense instead. Он сказал мне, что он привык к холодной погоде. Yeah, so his original words were, I am used to cold weather. And I'll never be used to living in the city. Я никогда не привыкну. So the person is talking about the future, his future state, his or her future state. So this is future, and it looks like I will be, and this is our adjective. I will never be used to living in the city. Okay, and now let's have a look at some examples with get. So this is the changing, the transformation. So here are some Russian translations for this word. Don't worry, you'll get used to your new school soon. Не переживай, ты скоро привыкнешь. Yes, so we use the verb to get in future, and it will be you will get. You will get what or how? Yes, how your state will look like in the future. You will get used to your new school. Ты станешь привыкшим. Yes, so if we use the literally translation, it will be ты станешь, да, привыкшим к своей новой школе. Scottish accent was hard for understanding, but I got used to it. Here we see the verb to get in the past form. And the person says, но я к нему привык. So it means that the transformation has passed already. And finally, so it was a certain process of transformation. And finally, a person got used to it. То есть он к нему привык. If we don't use the verb got here, alternatively, we can express the same idea with present tense and the verb to be. But now I'm used to it. But now I'm used to it. То есть сейчас я уже привыкший к этому. But if a person is talking about his past transformation, it's better to say, but finally I got used to it. All right, I hope you can feel this difference. It's a bit hard, but I'm getting used to. То есть я в процессе. Yes, this is present continuous already. This is our adjective. Я постепенно, да, привыкаю. Я нахожусь в процессе привыкания к тому, чтобы водить машину по левой стороне. I'm getting used to driving on the left. All right. So one more time, just to summarize the most important ideas. In the English language, the word use, oops, I'm sorry. Did I do this? This word, if I spell it just like this, U-S-E-D, has multiple meanings. First of all, we can use it as a verb. For example, I used my computer yesterday to write a report. Я использовал свой компьютер. And the preposition is with the sound z. I used my computer. Also, derived from this verb, we can have an adjective used, like использованный. For example, it's a used computer. I bought it on eBay. All right. Это использованный компьютер. Another way how we can use the same word is as a modal verb, as a modal phrase. Раньше я что-то делал. So it means that you use the subject, подлежащее, and right after it, you use this modal verb. I did what? I used to And then you continue with the verb, with the infinitive. I used to go there. I used to dance a lot. I used to listen to Britney Spears a lot. So with a modal verb, we use the infinitive. Okay. So if we use this phrase as a verb, it is followed by an infinitive. However, if we use this phrase as an adjective, used to, so the pronunciation will be absolutely the same. If you'd like to use the same thing as an adjective, this grammar will change already. So from those examples, you could see that after your adjective used to, like I'm used to, he got used to, we use either a noun or the verb with ing ending, okay? So these differences are quite crucial for the English speakers, okay? And here we start with the subject, but here we have to add a verb, yes, either be or get for transformation. And this guy will stay absolutely the same. It's an adjective here, but it's a verb here, all right? So now I hope it's clear how these phrases are different and what kind of meanings are implied into these phrases, yes, and what kind of grammar you have to use after these phrases. Yeah, so basically that's it. And I'm not sure that we're going to practice this. Let's have a look at maybe some more examples that, yes, this one is a good thing to look at. Get it right. Don't confuse I'm used to doing something and I used to do something. If you are used to doing something, it is familiar to you. You have often done it before. Use the ing form of the verb in the pattern, not the infinitive, okay? For example, it will be wrong to say, watching TV every day, we are used to see reports of wars and natural disasters. Something like, мы привыкли к тому, чтобы смотреть новости про войну и различные катастрофы. So it would be a better idea after this adjective to use the ing form. Watching TV every day, we're used to seeing reports. We can also say that you get used to doing something. Children soon get used to spending much of their free time online. So it means that дети вскоре привыкают к тому, чтобы тратить свое свободное время где-то в сети, да, находясь онлайн. And we do not confuse this phrase with a modal verb. I used to play squash reasonably well. Раньше я играл в squash достаточно хорошо. This means that the speaker no longer plays squash well. So this modal verb used to can refer only to our past habits and is never used in present tenses and in future tenses for sure. So I hope it's clear. And so in the future, we will definitely we will see some of these examples more and more because this adjective and this modal verb, let's see, yes, this modal verb has a 3-star sign, which means it's a highly frequent phrase in the English language. And the adjective has the same sign as being one of the most frequent phrases in the English language. So I'm pretty sure you're going to see it a lot in TV shows, in movies, in books. So now you know how to differentiate between them and you know how to translate them well. Yes. Used to as a modal verb means раньше что-то делать регулярно. And used to as an adjective will be привыкнувший, да, or привыкающий, depending on the verb and the context. All right, thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it. And if you have some questions, just send me a message. I'll try to answer it. Okay, goodbye, everybody.